the not really the age gap, but like the record label. We'll get into the record labels. Them marketing a 15-year-old girl, and even if girls lie about their age, I'm not gonna act like they don't.
Yeah.
Right. But I think there's a certain there should be a certain line or a certain everything has the dollar.
Okay, first of all, let me just say,
please.
It's not about lying about your if a girl is so young that she doesn't have an ID, she's too young. So she should have an ID to prove her age. Period.
Sure.
Period.
There's some paper. There's got to be some paperwork somewhere.
I need picture ID. Picture ID. That's it.
And but see, I want to point out something also with Aaliyah, right? We could look back to 1994. I want to jump to today.
Okay.
I want to jump to what's her name? Bad Baby. The Cash Me Outside girl.
Yeah. Just 13.
She's releasing singles.
Yeah.
She's releasing music constantly.
She's twerking on stage.
But my point, and that's another thing. She's 15 years old right
15.
now.
Okay, I thought she was 13. She was 13 when
she was 13, but she was 13.
Right, she's 15, twerking.
When Catch Me Outside, how about?
I saw a video of her twerking on stage.
Right, she'll be 16 March 26th.
Still.
She was born in 2003. To me, that's like, whoa. You was right before the internet. You're still a kid. You're still so
your skull
record labels
grown together yet.
Labels are that's what exactly. Record labels are marketing this.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear them, but I thought about it. I made a note of it, and then when I was brainstorming for the episode, I was like, oh shit. Here's one.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
All of them. What were they?
They were
15,
16, 15, 16, yeah.
This is really when this is when they scoop you up and you're a marketing machine and they get the teenagers your age. There's a lot of money behind this. It really is. There's a lot of money behind this. And that's what I wanted to point it out because we don't even have to jump back to Aaliyah and today, right now, currently on iTunes and whatever you're fucking streaming. And kids, I don't know what it's making. I don't care about the charts, but when it makes the charts, it says okay, I don't know where it's being played. I don't hear it, but it's being played somewhere. Yep. I guess wherever they listen to this shit, it's going gold. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's gonna stop. Her album or mixtape is called 15. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's one big fucking joke. I feel like I want to play the music, but I don't even want to. It's my brain is too much for it right now. Now I think about it, I remember her first single. I think I played it for you. That was when I found because of that girl. I found Anchor, the Anchor app. Do you remember that? I was like, oh, she must have got a lot of money for this. It was right after her run. I was like, she got a video out, and I listened to it, and I'm like, the shit's not terrible.
Yeah, it's catchy.
And that was the last I stopped paying attention to.
Record label signed her up.
Atlantic signed her. That they don't give a fuck. There's a lot of money
behind
this.
They're like, okay, you look like this. We'll give you some lines, and we'll write your songs or have your songs written. I'm sure, and then that's it.
No, this is it's some sick shit. And since we're on, go ahead.
Little Kim.
The infamous Little Kim pose.
What
I guess it's not weird.
If
she's 50 now.
So, yeah.
Is she 50?
She had a hard 50.
Don't get me started. She actually that's the creepy shit. I want to say she looked better then, but now I'm like, wait, is this when she was 16? Now I don't. No, seriously, now I don't know anymore.
Oh really? I wondered why you put that down. That's why I was asking. Why is that down?
This infamous pose.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She was 16 years old?
I don't know. Was she?
Yes. I said a question, but I still can't believe it.
Really? That's creepy. What's Drake 30 for 30?
Drake was talking about you need to It was that I'll play. But there's a thing with this. There really is a.
They like sexualize the kids.
Essentially.
Like, her legs are open. I thought she was in her 20s there.
I mean, me too. See, by the time I saw it, I don't know how old I was, but...
Yeah, she was older than me, obviously. That's crazy.
I just came from dinner while not here to fight wars, but niggas wanna talk high scores. Party just dipped off in a white Porsche. Phone and I didn't get it.
Damn, I'm fucking up. Because now I forgot where it is. He's talking to Tiger at the time about
Never
Kylie Jenner.
Talking from this perspective.
And he said you need to act your age and not your girl's age.
I guess you're just making moves on your own time. But just know it'll be January in no time.
I don't know.
Anyways, what's 30 for 30?
That's the name of the song.
Oh.
He said you need to act your age and not your girl's age.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want Drake to pull this video down. Sorry for the listeners, but finding one Drake line isn't worth it for him to really own this video. Mm-mm. But Drake doesn't fuck around. But I was just wanted to make a point of it that at the time in Hollywood, where it was rumored like, 25-year-old Tiger is with 17-year-old Kylie Jenner. Like, and Drake throws a jab at him, you need to act your age, not your girl's age. It's like, it's right there. And I'm not saying that's even pedophile shit. I'm not going there with Tiger necessarily. But it's just the overall Hollywood scene. Like,
young girls.
This shit is a joke. And to jump straight to the punch, I guess, for lack of a better punch, it got me thinking. The teen porn section of porn sites. It's like, oh yeah, like...
That's creepy.
Nah,
even though they're not teens, I hope.
They're not. They gotta be at least 18
creepy.
To be in porn.
It's still creepy.
But that's my point. Like, I'm like, oh, there's like a fucking... It's a
thing.
There are like a niche. There are
like some sick people out there, and they just kind of... I feel like people...
Good.
People like men, some men are like impressed by another man being with a younger woman.
Sure, that's valid.
So I think that is perpetuated into like a lot of the, society's like exceptions and...
But that's why...
To the rule, And
I agree with that, but that's why it's not necessarily my problem with the consumer. It's not my problem. Like, if there's guys that are into younger women, or because there's dudes that, your girl's 24, nice, good job, like,
right.
I'm not like, do you, fam, but you wouldn't get like a pat on the back for me, like, no. Oh, all right. So, no. But it's not him is not to blame. For that, it's it's the people that's supplying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the someone that's like, oh, we need a section we need the teen section. Like, that's when it gets sick in my, like, that's when it gets,
and it's regular. It's not some
people are feeding into shit. This, right? And I get it. Like, I'm not, there's nothing, if you're 20, whatever, if you're whatever, a guy, and you like an 18-year-old girl, 19-year-old girl.
Though. It's still weird.
You're a creep. You're on my creep scale, for whatever my creep scale is worth. You're a creep.
Should be specifically available.
But if that's what if the law says you ain't wrong, you ain't wrong. I can't arrest you, but if you ask me for my opinion, or if the power of the internet, I can give it to you anyway. I think you're a creep. But again, that's my opinion. So I think with things like the teen porn section, this shit ain't never gonna get any better. But and that's another thing with the R. Kelly sex tape in Hollywood and all this other shit. It's one of the greatest skits of all time. I want to be very clear. I'm not picking on Dave Chappelle. But the Dave Chappelle R. Kelly Pee on You skit. I'm like, oh, again. Now I was older.
Yeah.
When this dropped,
but I remember that.
It was hilarious. I wasn't thinking about it. It made it funny. It made it like okay.
And then it was just a funny thing.
This is when you. This is where.
Then I didn't take it serious.
No, not at all. Like you can't.
Now I also didn't realize because I think
Dave Chappelle's wild.
I don't know when it was. I think I heard about it obviously when it happened. I don't remember, but I remember this specifically. I didn't realize the girl was like 13 in the video. I didn't know that. I just knew he peed on some young girl. But I didn't know like 13.
When you think young for reasonable.
I was like maybe a 16. You know, like I still thought it was fucked up, but like 13?
Yeah, they're right. And that's another.
Like you're even worse.
Hey, that's another crazy thing. 16 is absolutely wrong.
But right, like,
13 is like, nah, that's a child. Like you're not on the fence at that point.
No,
like you're not.
You're 100%. You should be fucking in jail.
Yeah, you should. You got a problem. You done fucked up. Like you're
castrated. Like
you got a problem. Like you're a serial pedophile.
Yeah.
Like that's
seriously.
This is an issue, Mr. Kelly. But with things like this. What do you? And I'm not. It still be funny, I guess, the next time it comes on. But when I see shit like this.
It seems
it's a
like
joke.
Yeah.
It's literally
a joke.
And
that's what I thought of every time I thought about that incident. I would think of this video instead of
the actual.
Right. Well, I mean, it's not our fault either. He got off because the family was like, nope, wasn't her. So then it was just brushed off anyway, you know.
That's true. Like after not guilty, like
then it was a joke because
then it's fair game.
Then it was, you know, like, oh, she was probably actually old enough, but he's peeing on girls, you know, like that. It probably actually was a joke, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But coping was much easier with
and that's the beauty of comedy is that it can take a fucked up situation when it makes you laugh, it soothes the wound, makes it okay. Right. So Dave Chappelle, I'm not, again, 0% of me is blaming Dave Chappelle.
Right, because he wasn't involved.
Right,
he was
and the shit, now that was funny enough to get it a pass. Like, even if, I don't know, we never heard from Dave Chappelle again, and that was his one.
Chappelle, that's a good point. Like, Chappelle actually did his job.
Right, there you go, exactly. Boom, bingo.
Like, the best representation of what a comedian should do. He did his job.
Take the most fucked up thing and spun that and made us laugh. Still?
Yeah.
Like, okay. But not obviously that's where it's also tricky. Not everything said about R. Kelly has aged gracefully. And I remember listening to Charlemagne a year ago on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, and he was talking about and I want to bring it up because he was talking about the R. Kelly sex tape. And I remember hearing it. I didn't stop the podcast. I wasn't like, oh, but I remember hearing it, and I just didn't process it.
It was very, I don't know, it was
weird. Let me play the clip first.
It's very weird to me.
Let's talk about Kelly, man. Kelly, man, listen, I don't fuck with R. Kelly. I've given R. Kelly props for one thing and one thing only. Two things. Number one, he taught me how to eat ass. Shout out to Kelly. I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape. That's true. And
those my shout outs are completely unrelated to. I was gonna say big shout out to you for copping the swivel stand. YouTube, we promised it got greater later, and she made it happen.
I learned how to eat ass because of the R. Kelly tape. That's true. And the come thing is still one of the most legendary, incredible things I've ever seen.
Legendary.
Because I still don't understand how a man could come.
Well, and
then pee right after coming, and then come again.
I feel the same way every single time.
That's why. That's why
this little 14-year-old girl, then he peed on me like it was like the sperm came out, pee came out, sperm came out again, and he's told her, let it drip. A liquid sandwich, bro.
And to be clear, what we're laughing at is when I was screen recording this clip. You hear Lindsay in the background like questioning, legendary, really? And you said it again right on cue because that is one of those shits where every time you hear it, you feel the same way.
And he said it twice, like he really wanted you to know that he meant it.
See, now
Don't do that. That's creepy. Like I don't know. It's very creepy. Like,
he said in this, he said
it.
like 14 when he was peeing on this 14-year-old girl. Like when you say it, I remember hearing it.
Like,
This clip is a year old. To be very clear.
I never saw the video. I know a lot of people did, but like, you're talking about a thing that he did to a child, being like amazing,
legendary, and you learned from it, and like, huh?
What?
Like, nah, bro, that's child porn. I'm completely okay. You could release my Pornhub searches, and I'm like, yeah, I stand on it. I stand on my Pornhub searches. I at no point would I want to even look at the R. Kelly sex tape.
No.
I got a lot. Well, I to full disclosure, I'm removing a lot of R. Kelly out of my shuffle because I'm like, I don't even want to hear this shit. I don't want that shit in my brain.
No,
like,
he's a creep.
Yeah, like now I know where his mind was at when he wrote a lot of this shit, and hearing connections like, oh no, he really no, I'm not rolling. So I couldn't like his music, which I enjoyed very much, is not the same to me.
No.
Like, no, there should be nothing about the R. Kelly tape you look at like, oh wow,
I should try that.
Like, are you joking me? Are you joking me?
No.
Nah, like so and shit like this.
Even if you're a fucking real weirdo and think that, you should never say that in public. Like, you said it on air. Like, you need to think about, like, even though I say, like, be real, like, don't be a creep. Like, you might need to filter your shit. You need to filter your shit.
Yeah.
Don't just say what you think. Because that's terrifying.
I'm glad it paused at that. Like, that's exactly how you gotta look at a motherfucker who just said something.